Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Soumya. If you're new here, I am a content strategist and a social media manager. I work with service providers and help them with their content. And yeah, I'm basically a person you can talk about content with. So in this video, I'm going to take you my entire process of content creation for my clients, not for myself but for my clients, how I batch create and everything like that. The main agenda for this video is going to be to batch create 2 weeks of content with a campaign that we are planning for my client to get done with that, because the day is totally dedicated to her and her task today. So we're gonna go through each of them, from ideation to scripts, research, and writing the final scripts and sending it all for approval. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you have any feedbacks after watching this video. You can drop them in the comments. So without wasting time, let's get started. The very first thing that we are working on is the campaign that's going live this Saturday. It's not a paid campaign, just an organic within the community, and I've already done all the planning. We are working on the execution. This is the final draft that I'm creating to send over to the client. Now what I usually do is ask all the questions to the client. Sometimes it can feel like a tiresome job to write all the answers, but what it does is, when we have enough information, I can just scrap through that data and kind of put on ChatGPT or Claude. So basically Claude has been my best friend in terms of understanding different clients and industries, because obviously it's pretty hard to know everything about every industry. So I use Claude or ChatGPT to kind of understand the data and the answers that the client has provided, so we can write the content in the best way possible. Working on the copy part, so I'm just gonna get a bit information from Claude and then we're gonna write the final draft by myself. So that's what we are working on right now, and once that will be done, I will directly get to the content ideation part, which I will take you all through. So yeah. With the campaign and everything, I've sent it to the client and we were just talking about it and kind of had some discussion, and I told you I'm gonna be done by 5, but right now it's 5:44 because I got lazy and I kind of took a break in between. But now I'm going to work on the ideation part. So let's talk about ideation. How do you usually come up with ideas and everything like that? So one of the things that we do to get the client involved with the ideation process is to get them, dump ideas on a WhatsApp group whenever they have an idea. Like, let's say they saw something and they have an idea. If they want us to know, they don't always have to ping us and tell us on a call or just put it on Notion. Instead, what they do is they just send voice notes on WhatsApp, which is convenient for them as well as us, because we just go back to those voice notes and whatever ideas that they want to convey in the authentic way possible, because when you write it, some things you may miss. So to understand the emotion, to understand the way they want to portray it, so they share it through voice notes and we go through those voice notes. And then second thing what we do is we have an in-depth research sheet done for all the clients. So in this in-depth research sheet, we kind of find top performing content in the niche with several keywords and all those things. It is like an intense process researcher and I work on. So we use that to strategize as well as to come up with the ideas, to come up with the hooks, because even if we have the idea of what we want to put out there, we still need to make sure that it is something that is pleasing the algorithm as well as the audience and that particular niche, right? So we go through that whole sheet. We go through all the strategy that we have created, the checklist that we need to have in every content piece. I think ideation is the process, part of the process that you spend most time on, because that's where all the brain work happens as to what type of content should be put out, what kind of idea should be put out, what to experiment on and all those things. That takes most of the time, and once that is done, I think scripting and all is sorted, because you always have a roadmap of how you want the script to look like, how you want to visual. So that kind of take less time in compared to just coming up with the ideas. So yeah, that's something that we'll be working on right now. But before that, I need to make green tea, so let's go. 5 p.m. right now, and I'm done with the ideas, with the pointers of the video that I've researched from Claude as well as ChatGPT. So let me just give you a brief on, once I have the ideas, how do I come up with the script. So usually my process starts with understanding what this content is going to be about, because if I'm writing the script from scratch and I don't have any information prior to that, I need to first do the research from either ChatGPT or Claude, whatever gives me the best option. I try to like research on both of them and kind of compare what looks the best and what is giving me more information that can give me ideas to write the script. Because if I don't have information or correct idea or statistics like the topic, I won't be able to write. For example, one of the topic that we are working on is on factual basis. So this is a fact about fitness industry and something that we are talking about, and to kind of prove that fact, I also need to make sure there's enough data to back it up, because when you're actually posting a factual video, you cannot just speak random things, right? So checking it through ChatGPT, checking it through Google, checking it through Claude, like there's a whole like a loophole that goes behind just to get things right and get the proper pointer. Then I note down all those pointers either on notebook or on my iPad, whatever works for me, like at that point of time. And once I have done that, like with the ideas and proper pointers what needs to be mentioned, I also go back to the voice notes that my client has sent, so that I know what my client want to also mention if it's an idea from her voice note, right? So once done with the pointers and everything, we get to the scripting part. Now I'm gonna go and have my dinner and go for a walk and then come back and work on the scripts, because right now I'm just so exhausted, so I need some kind of energy back. So then I'll work on the scripts part. And another thing that I want to add, a lot of people ask me, where do I put all the things for my clients, where do my clients go and find these content? So I use Notion. You can see this is how my Notion board look like. I don't know if you can actually see it or not, like I don't know how to show you, but yeah, it's basically a Notion page, a portal that I provide to all my clients. I'll try to show you on this. I'll try to just reduce, so I'll just show you mine instead of showing you my clients. But yeah, this is what my portal looks like, and this portal is being like provided to all my clients, which has questionnaire, resources, and a lot of those things that I need from them. And then we have a content calendar like this. I think it's, so this is in black, I think that. So this is like a calendar, and you can see the calendar over here. I put all the ideas, content, all of these things in this, and this is what my client gets and all the information. So it's easier for me to kind of put everything in one place instead of juggling between different ideas and putting it all on just WhatsApp. So this is like an overview. And yeah, if you need this template, all you have to do is just let me know, and I'll try to make a video explaining this and with a full template that you can use for yourself in the next video. So yeah, that was it for this part. I'll go and quickly take a break, and then I'll also try to read some and then come back and talk about the next step. Okay, so it's past 10:30 p.m. and I don't really want to work, but I have to work because work doesn't happen itself. We have to work, right? I need to write. I'm done with the ideation, but I need to write the scripts and all of that. I don't really want to do, but I need to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get to the work right after washing my face, getting a bit freshen up because my face is crying. So I'll get to the comfiest outfit that I can think of, because right now this definitely is not the comfiest one. So I'm gonna change, I'm gonna remove all the makeup and then sit and work. I'll catch you then. Hi, so I am in the comfiest outfit, I would say, because it's almost 11, I guess. I don't know what time it is. Like, let me just check. It's 11:04 p.m. right now, and I'm just gonna have my green tea, finish the work, whatever I can today, and then the rest of it will be done by tomorrow, because we're not gonna get burned out. No, definitely not. So I'll just have this is from this company called wait, let me just check, because it's a very nice tea culture of the world. It's a really nice, my hands. Okay, it's a very nice green tea actually. It's not really a green tea, I don't know what it is. It's a tea, but I don't know if it's a green tea or what. It's for immunity, and I got it from Blinkit. I don't know, it just got recommended me, so I had it. So now I'm gonna go and continue working. so finally the whole thing is done. Next week's content is fully sorted. This week's caption and all are fully sorted for the client. So I'm just so happy. We've also done like 2 of the content, which is like a series thing we do for the client for other 2 weeks. So I'm really happy because the scripts are fully done and it just needs to be shot and everything after that. So it feels really good once you are done with the main parts, because then all you need to do is revise and kind of approvals and stuff, and that is pretty okay because that is something that involves client. So to make sure that the client is less involved with everything, I've done everything. So I'm just so happy. Now let's talk about script writing before I shut down this whole thing, because it's 1:10 a.m. and I need to sleep as well. So when it comes to scripting, one of the best hacks, I would say, that has helped me understand how client writes or maybe how client want to say things is going to their previous videos, going to their previous scripts and seeing like what the words they used and putting it on Loom or something just to get this transcript out of it, and then putting it on ChatGPT or Claude to kind of understand their voice. And then one thing that I do is I write my scripts and I put it on ChatGPT, or I write my topics and pointer on ChatGPT with my client's previous scripts, and I ask ChatGPT to help me curate a script based on that specific specific wording and stuff. So it kind of just helps me understand how my client would say if they have to say the script. So then I modify it in a better way. So first draft automatically gives me access to how client would say it, how I should kind of have the roadmap. This is for the videos that if the client already have. Another thing which I do, if it's a whole new video and the client does not have any similar videos on the page or something like that, what I do is I try to write with the hook, start with the hook first, and then work on other things based on the information and write first draft. If client likes it, then okay. If they don't, they just help us with the feedbacks on what needs to be changed, and then we work on it accordingly. And I think writing in batches is much better than just giving one script and be like, this is the script, can you give the feedback? Because I recently learned that clients find it really irritating to get messages, and I think I totally understand, because if I get messages from somebody all the time asking if this is good or this is, I'll be like, please use your own brain. So I think I understand the clients, and I've not now kind of worked on my systems and made sure I'm working on batch creating more rather than just sending them one by one. So that's what I'm working on. That's how I work on scripts. Let me know if you have any specific questions regarding script writing, content creation, and overall my services. If there's anything that you have questions on that you want me to create a new video on, let me know and I would be happy to do that for you. That was it for this video. I hope you liked this vlog. It took me almost like 9-10 hours to write the whole thing up, but yeah, it takes time. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.